In 2023, the tipping point will hit. It's here now. And to be fair, the world is getting better. And it's mostly thanks to you. Boy, have things changed. Wow, I just saw this list. You absolutely need to see these numbers because, my friends, the age of ice is about to die. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia soon. I'll no longer be in Melbourne. I'm flying overseas with my boys. And the latest update, I thought I'd give you some news on what's happening. So Shanna's now in Thailand getting cancer treatments. And thank you so much to all of you for your emails, your messages. I've probably read every single one of them, but I haven't been able to reply to all of them. I'm sorry, there's been, I think, over 1,000. But I have tried to read every single one of them. And thank you so much for your support on GoFundMe, which it's been amazing. Now, thanks to your support, I don't have to sell the house, which I was going to have to before. And Shanna has started her actual treatment. She's got a little port put in her shoulder so she can get the IV fluids in, which are meant to help her immune system. She said that when they put that in, she actually vomited. She couldn't handle it. And it was a big debacle. Vomit went everywhere while they were actually doing the surgery. But anyhow, it's going pretty well other than that, which was a bit of a crappy day for her. So I just thought I'd give you an update, and I'll give you an update on how things progress over the next few months as we move to Thailand. And my boys and I, guess what we're doing? We've bought electric skateboards. So Cal 6, Jack's 9, and the only thing that we can take on the plane that's electric is skateboards. So the boys, I'm taking the BMX bikes. But if we want to do longer trips that the boys wouldn't be able to do, I was thinking, how are we going to do this? Well, the answer is electric, and it's a skateboard. And the boys are right now out on the street right at this moment, because I've got them here by myself in Australian Melbourne, looking after them. They're actually riding their electric skateboards, learning how to use them. They're racing each other up and down the street. It was actually quite a challenge to learn. It's quite difficult to do, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. I've got to say, if you're traveling, just keep in mind that's one thing you can do. You can get an electric skateboard, you can take them. You need a certain type though, by the way. I'll do a review on the ones that we bought, and I'll let you know which ones they are in case you want to travel. Really cool way to get around when you get to a different city. When I go to fully charged here in Sydney, I'm going to take it with me. I'm going to bring it back on the plane with me, and I'm going to cruise around. You guys want to see me at fully charged? You can have a try of the skateboard if you want. Come to fully charged in Sydney, which is actually in March. Amazing. It's nearly here. 6 weeks away. It's in March. So I'll bring my electric skateboard. If you want to have a go of it, you can. See me there in Sydney, and that'll be amazing. So what I'm going to do is fly back from Thailand, and I'll be just in Sydney for a few days, and then I'll fly back to Thailand. And then in April, I'll be in London. So that'll be amazing. I'm planning on taking the electric skateboard as well to London. Well, actually, it's in Farnborough, which is not really London. It's a couple of hours out of London. But anyhow, that'll be awesome to meet all of you there. And then, of course, San Diego later in the year. This is spectacular. Number 4 in the world, the 4th best-selling car in the world. And in fact, it was very, very close to being 3rd. Some people might say it was 3rd, technically. I mean, it depends how you view the Ford F-Series, because the F-Series is a whole range of different models of pickup truck. Some people would say it's one model, some might say it's not. Anyhow, it was really, really close. Tesla was so close to the F-Series, it nearly picked up 3rd place. So Tesla came 4th in the world. And they also had a really amazing finish with the Model 3. Plus BYD, they had a really good seller as well. Now let's have a look at the list. Now there's one very, very cool thing about this list. I'm so excited to share this with you because we really are seeing the end of ICE. We're seeing ICE cars die. Their market share is going down. And as you can see by this list, electric vehicles are starting to take charge. Now this year will be entirely different. If you have a look at these numbers, I think it's pretty easy to assume, and I think it's a very, very safe, logical, practical thing to assume that the best-selling car in the world in 2023 will unquestionably be electric. I mean, really, it wasn't that far off in 2022, but now we've seen the prices come down enormously. I mean, in some cases by $20,000 US. That's 33% discount. Can you imagine the kind of sales we're going to see this year? This is the tip of the iceberg. It's such an exciting time to be alive. It truly, truly is. Now let's have a look at these numbers. Best-selling car in the world was the Toyota Corolla with 1.1 million sales. Sales for the Toyota Corolla declined by 2%. Now, personally, I cannot understand why the mediocre Toyota Corolla is in first place. Now, I know some of you are going to say, oh, the Corolla, Toyota, it's good because of... Seriously, the Toyota Corolla has the smallest boot of any hatchback in its class for the last 15 years of any model ever. It's minuscule. It's half the size of the boot in the BYD Dolphin, and the car is like 30% bigger. It makes no sense. Whoever actually designed this car, I mean, it looks decent on the outside. The practicality of the packaging is horrendous. And I mean, I've read most comparison reviews of the Corolla versus its competition, its direct competition. It never wins any reviews anywhere in any country. I don't understand why it sells so well, but it does. But sales are declining for the Corolla. That will speed up. As EVs become cheaper this year and more widespread with BYD and of course Tesla, but other brands as well, what's going to happen is these mainstream model sales are going to come down. We're down 2% this year. I think we'll be down more than 10% for the Corolla. However, Toyota RAV4, it suffered much, much more. It was the second best-selling car in the world with 870,000 sales. However, the Tesla Model Y was so close behind it, it's got to be looking behind its tail going, oh, yeah, this is going to happen soon. I'm going to get overtaken here. There's someone else going a lot faster than I am. RAV4 sales declined by 14%, 870,000. Third place, Ford F-Series, range of different pickups, F-150s, F-250s, F-Raptors, whatever, everything else. 787,000 sales. That's a decline of 9%, down 9%. Tesla Model Y just behind 759,000 sales, up 88%. Toyota Camry, fifth place, 675,000 sales, down 3%. Now, good idea, a good really analogy here for the Camry. Here in Australia, people used to love the Toyota Camry. It used to be an amazingly good seller here in Australia. A lot of Australians have been brainwashed by the Toyota marketing. You've all seen that, oh, what a feeling, oh, it's so reliable, it's so wonderful. Toyota has spent insane amounts of money on marketing here in Australia, and people have been brainwashed by the Toyota thing, of Toyota fanatics. There are so many Toyota fanatics in Australia, you have no idea. It's an obsession. It's well beyond any Tesla obsession. You really don't understand the obsession levels of people who love Toyota in this country. But the Camry is basically dying here. In fact, it's almost dead. The Model 3 outsold it easily this year in Australia, in a country where people don't really buy EVs that much. Why? Well, we don't have many of them here to buy, but we just don't seem to buy them that much in comparison to other countries. Fifth place, Toyota Camry, 675,000, down 3%. Sixth place was the Honda CR-V, 601,000, down 18%. And in seventh place, well, there it is, the Tesla Model 3, 596,000, up 4%. Now, the Tesla Model 3 was very, very expensive in 2022. I think even the most hardcore Tesla fan would admit it was expensive in most countries. In Australia, it wasn't expensive. I think it was a fairly priced car here. But in many countries, the demand for that vehicle was so high that the prices were very high. For example, the United States, yeah? And yet, the Model 3 was only 78,000 vehicles behind the Toyota Camry for worldwide sales. That means that this year, more than likely, especially with Project Highlander being released within the next few months, we're going to see Model 3 sales smash Toyota Camry sales. And I mean smash them. Keep in mind as well, the Toyota Camry is sold in a lot more countries than the Tesla Model 3. Eighth place was the Chevy Silverado. It was the only gasoline-powered car in the top 8 vehicles that actually increased its sales. 591,758 was the total numbers. That's an increase of 1.8%. The Toyota Hilux was 564,000 global deliveries, and the Hyundai Tucson was 563,972. That's up 1%. Now, looking at another really, really fast climber in the global car sales race was the BYD Song. The Song is a plug-in hybrid, and it's pretty much only sold in China. However, it jumped from 85th place in the world to 14th. Then you've got the BYD Chin Plus. That is also a plug-in hybrid. It went from 26th. It went from 120th to 26th. This is the year of the EV. Think about this, right? All these sales figures are incredible. BYD, Tesla, of course, BYD has a lot of different models, and that's the key reason why BYD don't have any vehicles in the top 10. They have a huge number of different models. This year, though, things are going to change drastically. BYD will be selling their EVs at relatively affordable prices in at least 30 different countries worldwide. Tesla has just reduced their prices of their base model prices. That's the best-selling cars they have. Those prices have been reduced by probably 20 to 35%, depending on the country you live in. Many of them now qualify for subsidies that they didn't qualify before. The United States, for example. This year, the Tesla Model Y will unquestionably be the best-selling car in the world. I think it's easy to see that. I mean, come on, 4th place, nearly 3rd, really close. Gas sales are all declining constantly, year on year on year. We're going to see gasoline-powered vehicle sales decline by a minimum of 15% this year. EVs will probably go up by about 40 to 50% worldwide, and this year will be the year of that tipping point. You've all heard of it? Malcolm Gladwell's The Tipping Point. Now, I've talked about this before on the channel, but we need to discuss it again. The tipping point is that magic moment when an idea, a trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold. It tips and spreads like wildfire. Just a single sick person can start an epidemic of the flu or the coronavirus. So too can a small but precisely targeted push cause a fashion trend, the popularity of a new product, or a drop in the crime rate. The widely acclaimed bestseller, in which Malcolm Gladwell explores and brilliantly illuminates the tipping point phenomenon, is already changing the way people throughout the world think about selling products and disseminating ideas. Now, Gladwell defines the tipping point as the moment of critical mass, the threshold, the boiling point. In a future video, I'll get into the 3 principles behind the tipping point, how you can see them happening and define them, including the stickiness factor, the power of context, and the law of the few. My friends, trust me, this year will be absolutely amazing. The world is definitely getting better. And to be fair, it's mostly because of you.